here, little whippet, mixed breed whippet. He is hanging out with me. I think this is his first time at the beach because he is just very timid. And then we have host dog Annie. Come on, let's move along. Zuko was hopping a little bit. I think he got really excited next to Annie and bumped into her. Although it's the first time the whole stay he got too excited around her, but he's a good boy again. I'm just going to hold him kind of close to me and then trail Annie along behind me. Sun has already set, high tide. Over here, Annie. And there's only this small section of the beach. I'm not going by the cliffs. The water's too high, and I don't think Zuko will like it. Leave it, leave it. So, got a sponsor, Teamelia Tea, Teamelia, Teamelia Tea, great tea, great life. Tea shipped to your home in the U.S. Link in the description. So, I was looking on r/dogs Reddit, subreddit r/dogs, and the topic of discussion on that was getting quite a lot of replies was my dog is friendly people, and specifically off-leash people, people who have their dog off-leash and want to meet your dog who is on leash and is not friendly. Like Annie is sometimes not very friendly to an off-leash dog, especially when they run up to her. She's gonna react poorly, and all right, yeah. Beach is closed. Lifeguards are going home. Please don't surf anymore. And so the beach here is on leash currently. Currently it's on leash. My dog just wrapped me up in the leash. I have the extended leash right here. It's on leash this time of year because it's summer, because people want to have picnics like this and picnics like this, and they don't want to have giant Labradors bolting through and knocking over their table. So you have that. Annie's getting a little worried because she doesn't want to excite Zuko too much. He might bump into her, and she didn't like it before, so she let him know, which is a nice segue because she'll let you know if your dog is, my dog's not always friendly to off-leash dogs, especially when she was younger. Really reactive to off-leash dogs, didn't like them, because, she's a small dog, and a bigger dog would run up to her and, get right in her face and sniff her butt, and she'd, snarl. And so if they didn't back off, then what is it? It's an ego thing now. And so if I have guests like this, I cannot meet anyone's dog. It's better off that we don't meet, so I have to tell them it's not my dog. I don't know how it's going to react, and so I don't think we should meet. And usually when I say it's not my dog, they kind of understand. But if it's only my dog Annie, and I say, oh, I'd rather not do it, or when I had my pit bull for 10 years, and I definitely had to be extra careful because she was a much bigger dog, and if I always had her on leash for sure. So I wouldn't want to always have her meet other dogs, and it would be an ego thing with the owner. They would take it personally that I didn't want to meet their dog. I didn't want their dog, and they didn't like it. So that's usually the topic of the discussion in the Reddit forum. Essentially too long didn't read. The lady, Shina, the person who wrote the op, she doesn't. Her dog is pretty reactive. Doesn't like doesn't like meeting anybody or anything, and so she has to be extra careful when she's out walking, and she doesn't want to meet anybody, so she has to have this made up line, like, she's trying to like approach it different ways. Oh, without, people keep on, getting offended because she says, I don't want to meet your dog. I can't meet your dog, XYZ. And sometimes it's turned into an argument. So a lot of times I'll have to do a thing like this where I'll go up on the embankment, go off, let the people go by, especially if it was other dogs here. And that's kind of how I avoid it. I specifically just go out of the way first. It's best to just get, especially if I'm walking 2 or 3 dogs, I don't want a big mess of leashes. And that has happened before with my neighbor Doberman, who came out when I'm walking a bunch of Chihuahuas, and I got the "oh hey, my dog is friendly" line, and it's like I had 4 or 5 with the Doberman. I was walking 3 dogs, and now I have these dogs wrapping around my leash. The leash is wrapping around my legs, and it was a big pain. So I had to tell him that my dogs aren't friendly, and this is what you're causing a problem, because he could tell there were all these leashes wrapped up around me, and he called his Doberman back, and then I met the Doberman later several times, like individually, and so it was easier to that, because they were neighbors, so they were there. But that's an example of that my dog is friendly crew. And I have even in my veterans hiking group, there's a lot of big giant dogs. They have German Shepherds and Rottweilers and Pit Bulls, and my dog can't go on the hikes with them because it's just not a good mix. So I have to know my limitations. I have to know how it's going to work ahead of time and anticipate these things. So yeah, that's how I feel about my dog is friendly. My off-leash dog is friendly, but my dog on leash is not friendly. Okay, tea Amelia tea, great tea, great wine, green tea, black teas, matcha teas, milky powder teas, shipped to your home in the United States. Thanks for listening.